This is Andy's superhero origin story. This is true in show canon. Please keep in mind that this is not the pilot. This is not what I'm going to be making over the next year. Originally, this is what I planned to be the pilot, but as I started to write the script, I realized that I'd written something that really suited a 22-minute format, like a real full episode, and we simply don't have the resources to create an entire 22-minute episode right now. The pilot's going to be 8 minutes long, and it's going to be from around season 2, episode 1, within the canon of the show. But I hope that you still enjoy seeing what the process was like when I pitched my idea to the class. So the pilot starts with him in his room, and he discovers this webpage that has all these locations, and it claims if you go to one of these places, you can actually get superpowers. And he tries to be skeptical about it, he tries to be realistic, he's not dumb, but it's still pretty cool. So he writes down this location and he kind of tries to forget about it because he doesn't want to get overexcited. We see him in class, and we meet this principal, he's the new principal of the school, and we find out that the principal told one of his trans feminine friends that she couldn't use the girls' bathroom anymore. And he's really upset about it, he gets really mad. We kind of cut for a little bit to Megan, who's this other mysterious character. We don't know much about her, but we establish that there's something in her pocket, something electronic. We go to the science fair and we see Megan's presentation, and then we go back to Andy, and he's still very upset about what he witnessed earlier, and he leaves the science fair early. And as he's walking home, it's starting to get dark, and he sees this kid in the middle of the street, and a car rushing down, and he realizes the car's about to hit the kid because the car doesn't see him. So he runs out in front of the kid, and he stops the car, and like, and then like just about to hit him, it stops. So he just saved this kid's life, and he's feeling really good about it because up until that moment, like he didn't really know what kind of person he'd be in the face of like actual danger. So he pulls out that like list of coordinates from his pocket, and he looks at it and he's like, you know what? I'm gonna go. I'm gonna see what's there. It couldn't hurt. So he goes to this hill and he finds this cave, and it's like this really creepy, gaping chasm. And he's like, I've already come this far. I'm going in. And like the music starts to get pumped, and he's like going in. He's like, yeah, I can do it. And then he walks into a spider web, and he's like, ah! And he's like swatting off the spiders, and he hits his back against the back wall, and this panel starts to light up. And he turns around, and it's this hand-shaped panel, and he puts his hand on it. This wall opens up in the cave with this purple vat, and he touches it, and it starts pulling him in until he's completely submerged in liquid, and he thinks he's drowning. But then he starts to realize he's fine, like he can breathe it in. So he swims down into the lower areas of the cave, and he's in this open cavern that's full of furniture. And it looks like someone's been living there, and it's really weird and out of place, more so than everything else. So he's looking around this room. Then we see a camera following him. And we see the camera's point of view, and it zooms out to Megan's room. And this monitor that we established she had in her pocket earlier starts going beep, beep, beep. She rubs her eyes and wakes up and looks at it, and she's like, oh shit. So we go back to Andy, and he's heading home now, and he's thinking to himself, like, I don't feel any different. Do I have powers now? I mean, probably not, but that was pretty weird. And then he's sitting there, and he's like, I forgot my backpack. I'm gonna have to go back tomorrow. And then we kind of get this last shot of Megan, and she phases through the wall into the cavern. And it's this really cool moment because we get confirmation of actual superpowers that we see in the show. And she phases through the wall, and she looks around and confirms that someone's been there, and she's just like, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit. Cut to black. That's the pilot. Da, 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 da.